Hello, this is Dr. Cynthia Mason, and my devotion today is coming from Luke 9, verses 18 through 20, and it reads, One day Jesus left the crowds to pray alone. Only his disciples were with him, and he asked them, Who do people say I am? Well, they replied, some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others say one of the other ancient prophets risen from the dead. Then he asked them again, But who do you say I am? Peter replied, You are the Messiah sent by God. The Christian faith goes beyond knowing what others believe. It requires us to hold beliefs for ourselves. When Jesus said, Who do you say I am? He wants us to take a stand and not only speak it, but show others who Jesus is from how we present ourselves. So, who do you say Jesus is? Well, many years ago, I was taking my granddaughter to her soccer game, and my younger grandson and younger granddaughter, her siblings, came along with us. All of them had been to church with me several times, and so they had met the pastor and the pastor's wife, who was also a reverend. On this particular day, as we were on our way to the soccer game, a car drove by and blew their horn. It was the pastor and his wife, and I said, Oh, that was Reverend Vanessa and the pastor. They all looked out the window to see for themselves who was in the car. My 3-year-old granddaughter said, That was Reverend Nessa. I said, Yes, it was. My grandson said, You didn't tell us Reverend Vanessa was married to Jesus. I was stunned by his comment that I almost lost control of the car. I explained to them that he is the pastor of the church and he preaches about Jesus, but he is not Jesus. They all responded, Okay. To them, this man of God presented himself as a loving pastor, and that took time to talk with them and to show them love. They heard him preach and teach to the point that they understood. For them and for me, this pastor is a true example of humility, which represents Jesus. Jesus was humble, willing to give up his rights in order to obey God and serve people. Like Christ, we should have a servant's attitude, serving out of love for God and not out of guilt or fear. I saw a poster that said, Be humble and never think you are better than anyone else. Let Christ's love for you motivate you to love others and to express that love in your actions toward them. We should lay aside our selfishness and treat others with respect and common courtesy. Philippians 2:14 says, Do everything without complaining and arguing. When Christians and others are arguing, complaining, and gossiping, they get a false impression of who Christ is. Considers others' interests as more important than our own. Who do you say I am? Well, let us show others through our actions that Jesus Christ can help them endure their trials in life, their sicknesses, and their pain. He is the one that is there for them through good and through bad. He is the source of our joy, peace, self-control, and self-worthiness. When Jesus guides us through life, we show others that Jesus is love. So, who do you say I am? The Word of God for the people of God.